Hello, and welcome to our lesson on future trends in supply chain. This segment will cover supplier management across the extended supply chain. In the decade ahead, the development of a competitive worldwide supply base and suppliers that collaboratively help to create value in support of the buying company's business models will become the norm. This focus will be driven by global competition, continuous outsourcing, and the need to develop supply chains for innovative products and services to meet unique customer requirements worldwide. Further, the supply base will be viewed not only as Tier 1 suppliers, but also as supply networks that extend beyond the Tier 1 suppliers. Improving supplier relationships. As suggested above, significant improvements in supplier management and working relationships with key suppliers across the extended supply chain will be increasingly critical to gain supplier innovation and preferential treatment in the years ahead. Supply-based structuring, segmentation, and relationship management across the extended supply chain, including identification of strategic suppliers, will become the norm. To enhance future working relationships with important supply chain suppliers, the following are required: supplier segmentation based on company needs and supplier capabilities, supplier scorecards and feedback, equitable risk-rewards with suppliers, supplier councils and conferences, process improvement and innovation workshops, two-way performance evaluations and satisfaction surveys, supplier suggestion systems, executive engagement, trust. A holistic approach to element implementation is required versus implementation of a limited number of elements. Further, supply bases will be carefully established based on answers to the following questions. What current and future supplier capabilities are required? How many suppliers are required to support company needs? Which suppliers should we work with, and where should they be located? Should we require specific suppliers at the Tier 2 and 3 levels? For which suppliers do we want collaborative efforts to be established? These supply bases will be structured to enable business and purchase category strategies. In addition, companies will increasingly conduct supplier surveys to establish their standing as best customers and identify obstacles to improving supplier-buyer approaches, processes, and performance. It is also likely that industries will have buyer/supplier surveys done by independent third parties to establish levels of buyer-supplier relationships and who the leading companies are. For example, in the auto industry, Deloitte Touche Tohmatsu Limited conducted a survey of North American automakers to establish the ranking of automaker purchasing operations. Similar supplier surveys have been conducted by Planning Perspectives Inc. efforts and programs. Leading sustainability efforts with suppliers and their suppliers will also increase in importance. IBM recently established a global supply social and environmental system and rolled out the strategy to IBM suppliers worldwide. In a letter from IBM's Chief Procurement Officer, John Patterson, IBM suppliers are required to define, deploy, and sustain a management system that addresses corporate responsibility, including supplier conduct and environmental protection. Measure performance and establish voluntary environmental goals that are numeric and can be quantified. Publicly disclose results associated with these voluntary environmental goals and other environmental aspects of the management system. IBM makes the key point that many times a company's inability to develop, integrate, and maintain strong employee and environmental programs is the absence of a strong management system that ensures the company and its suppliers appropriately addresses responsibilities, such as workplace safety, increasing energy efficiency, and reducing waste. IBM is also requiring its first-tier suppliers to communicate this new set of requirements to their suppliers performing work that is material to the products, parts, and/or services being supplied to IBM. This initiative is well aligned with ISM's sustainability and social responsibility efforts and programs. Examples: engaging suppliers. Earlier in product service design and standardization, Chrysler LLC believed that its interiors lacked refinement in recent years. To change this situation, Chrysler began to bring suppliers into the design process much earlier, some at least 2 years before the design freeze. The objective was to try more variations and choose the correct materials. It was believed that in the past, suppliers were chosen too late to fully evaluate design options. Now management can make better design decisions and decide what materials to spend money on. This transformation to truly implement the extended enterprise will require that purchasing and supply find innovative suppliers and construct business deals to accelerate supplier innovation for the benefit of the buying company. Concluding observations. 3 dominant themes emerge for the future. First, the purchasing management function will have to establish a supply base and networks going beyond Tier 1 with the capabilities to meet buying company competitive requirements. Increasing information availability worldwide will help in the effort. Second, strategic working relationships between buyers and suppliers will have to improve for increased value creation. Third, the future will require greater focus across the extended supply or value chain to improve customer-focused performance by enhanced leverage of supplier capabilities across the supply chain. This extended focus will require additional information transparency and cooperation among trading partners. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we shall discuss designing and operating multiple customer-focused supply networks. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening, and see you on our next segment.